It's possible that life will take you on a journey that's full of unexpected detours and turns. At times it may seem as though everything is falling apart, leaving us in a dark place where we seek solace in the excuses of destiny, fate, bad luck, or karma. At other times, it may feel as though nothing is falling apart. It is not difficult to persuade oneself that the circumstances of one's life are outside of one's ability to influence them, or that one is merely a puppet in the hands of one's fate. But what if we told you that not everything that happens in your life is the result of bad luck, destiny, or karma? How would you react to that information? What if the extent to which we are able to control our own destinies is greater than is commonly believed? In this script, we will investigate the concept that although karma and fate do play an important part in our lives, we also have the ability to change our circumstances through the mindful actions and decisions that we make. Let's take a moment to think about how Siddhartha Gautama, also known as the Buddha, viewed this perspective before we dive into the idea that you can change your destiny. The Buddha was aware of the fact that people who firmly believed that every experience in life, regardless of whether it was favorable, unfavorable, or neutral, was predetermined or was solely the result of karma, had a tendency to become passive and inactive. They accepted their lot in life and cited karma as the reason for their passivity in the face of adversity. Nevertheless, the Buddha did not promote such passivity in his teachings. The Buddha emphasized that we should never give up on trying to improve our lives, regardless of whether our circumstances were shaped by destiny or karma. He said this despite the fact that our circumstances could be shaped by either. He urged people to take action and to work toward making positive changes. It is imperative that we keep in mind the following important realization. Just because something seems to be the result of bad luck, destiny, or karma does not mean that we should give in to it. The teachings of the Buddha emphasize how important it is to constantly work toward bettering oneself and one's life. Karma is a concept that can be found at the heart of a wide variety of religious and philosophical traditions. It is commonly understood as the law of cause and effect, according to which the choices we have made in the past, in the present, and in the future will have consequences that will determine the course of our lives. Although karma does play a role in shaping our lives, it is essential to keep in mind that it is not the only factor that determines our destinies. The unfolding of our lives is determined by a convoluted web of interconnected factors, of which karma is merely one. Let's talk about a widespread misunderstanding now, which is the notion that one's fate is predetermined and cannot be altered in any way. This belief can lead to a sense of powerlessness, which is both disheartening and limiting. This belief can lead to a sense of powerlessness. The fact of the matter is that our choices in the here and now will have an effect on the course that our lives take in the future. The decisions we make and the actions we take have the potential to alter the course of our lives. Take into consideration the following scenario. You are getting ready for work when all of a sudden it starts to rain heavily. Is the rain a sign of my unlucky karma, or is it just fate? Certainly not in every case. It is a natural occurrence and an integral component of the complex processes that occur throughout the world. Why not look into ways to improve the situation rather than spending time bemoaning your lot in life? You might be able to reschedule your plans, find an alternative mode of transportation, or even work from the comfort of your own home. This straightforward illustration shows that even though we cannot control everything in life, there are still many facets of it that we can shape and direct. The realization that we have control over our own lives is one of the epiphanies that bestows the most power. If you run into a problem that you have the ability to actively work to solve or improve, then worrying about the problem is a waste of time. Worrying about the situation won't change anything, but taking action can. This is summed up perfectly in the age-old proverb, which reads, "If you have a problem that you can solve, why worry? If you have a problem that you are unable to solve, there is no point in worrying about it." Despite the fact that karma and destiny both play significant roles in our lives, they are not the only factors that determine the events that take place in our world. We have the ability to control the course of our lives by virtue of the decisions we make, the deeds we perform, and the tenacity with which we choose to carry on in the face of adversity. To not give in to the temptation to make excuses or place blame on fate the next time you are dealt a difficult hand by life and find yourself in a hopeless situation. Instead, keep in mind that you have the ability to influence your path, despite the fact that it may appear to be extremely difficult. Accept change, take responsibility for your actions, and never stop believing that you can affect the course of your life's events. These are the keys to success. According to a profound statement made by the Buddha, you can choose to do it by making correct choices, working hard, and never giving up in your life. Your future is not predetermined, and with enough willpower and effort on your part, you can mold it into something better and more satisfying than you could have ever imagined.